Welcome in to the Front Yard Fantasy Hour, brought to you by FanDuel. You're probably watching right now on FanDuel channels. I am your host today, JL, joined, as not per usual, by a member of Front Yard family, Joey Wright. How you doing, Joey?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to be here. Loved all the people on the show tonight. Happy to be here.
Awesome. We also are joined by our friends over at Roto Heat. We got Rick, we got Craig. They're filling in for Simon and Josh today. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. TGIF.
TGIF.
Mm-hmm.
And we are joined by a very special guest, three-time guest, almost three-time champion. We'll see. He is a contributor at the Football Guys, very good friends of the show, Football Guys over there, and the host of the Pretend GM, which is a fantastic podcast. If you have not checked it out, Alfredo, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. There's a lot of pressure now. You really set a stage that if I don't do well, this is not going to look good on my resume.
I said almost
so
three-time champion. That's
almost,
like
yeah.
the most jinx you can get.
Right?
I'm sorry about that, Alfredo. We got some folks here in the chat.
All right.
Excuse me. We have some folks here in the chat. We got Mr. Scampers, favorite chat cat. So ominous. I don't know what's ominous, but it is. Albert, hello. Hello, Albert. Mr. Scamper says, black screen had me worried. Let's go. There must have been some technical stuff that we're not familiar with. All I can really assume here is that Alfredo has invoked his Batman villain powers here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is black screen the new Batman villain?
And that's Alfredo, I think, is the new Batman villain.
No, I'm actually Batman.
My
mug says otherwise.
Yeah. Joke's on you. Joke's on me. Maria, Craig, and Rick. Woo!
Maria.
And Damon here says Friday. It is Friday. Today, we are playing a game, poll perception. It's going to be team poll perception. It's been a while since we did some team poll perception. That's what we're doing today. I hope you guys are ready to play some polls.
Mm-hmm. JL, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Alfredo, I don't know if you saw the show they had earlier, but who's your favorite Batman?
Yeah, we have to know. You are our esteemed guest here. Which one?
Wow.
Kevin Conroy was the animated guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think just from like tugging on the heartstrings, it's got to be Kevin Conroy. That was that's me growing up since I was like 3 years old. And I know that's not fair. That's such a cop out.
That was my number one.
That was Joey's cop out for the show. He said he's in love with Keaton, but then he went Conroy. It was a big scandal.
It was a big scandal.
Because it's like
Michael
it's the video
Keaton's
games too. Like he's everywhere, man.
And Mr. Scamper said, who is the best Batman villain? Let's have a bracket. Well, we've actually done this with Alfredo. I think we were just talking about it. It's the first time he came on the show. We did a bracket with Batman villains. So go back on our channel, Front Yard Fantasy on YouTube. Go ahead and you already know that, Mr. Scampers, but go back and look, and you could probably find that. If not, we should maybe do an off-season part 2 of that, Alfredo.
Yes.
I'm all in. That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm. All right. As I mentioned, we're playing poll perception today. Before we get into that, let me remind you, you're watching this right now, probably on YouTube, maybe on Twitter, probably not on Twitter because we're not streaming to Twitter. That'd be weird. Maybe YouTube, maybe Twitch. Make sure you're following FanDuel on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. They have fantastic content creators. They're putting stuff out all the time. Mm-hmm. Pretty much any sport you can think of, FanDuel is your place. They got you hooked up with very talented content creators, including ourselves here tonight. And if you haven't already, make sure you go follow our guest, Alfredo Brown, at Alfredo Brown GM. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow Rick Craig, at Roto Heat Rick, at Roto Heat Craig, and the Joey Wright. It's right there. All right, guys. You guys ready to play some poll perception?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right. So the poll perception, if you have not played it, it's a pretty simple game. This is our flagship game at Front Yard Fantasy. It's pretty simple. I went and found 7 polls prior to the show. I found 7 polls online, social media. They mostly have to do with fantasy football. If not, all of them have to do with fantasy football. I'm going to ask these contestants one by one. I'm going to say, hey, what percentage of the public chose Saquon Barkley over DeAndre Hopkins in this poll, if that's this poll? And I may ask that out to Alfredo. And then Joey, Craig, and Rick are going to have to choose over or under on Alfredo's guess. We're going to go round robin like that through 3 rounds, each person getting their own poll. And then in the final round, all the contestants both teams are going to give their guess here for that last poll. And the closest is going to get 5 points. And we'll see who comes out on top. The closer the guesses are, the more points you're going to get. And if you correctly guess the over-under, you're going to get points. Very easy. You'll pick it up along the way if you didn't follow me there. Alfredo, you are teamed up with Joey today. Rick, Craig, we got Roto Heat versus Alfredo Joey. Alfredo and Joey, you guys are going first. So are you ready for your poll?
I'm very ready for this poll.
And friendly reminder, play along in the chat. Play along in the chat. We love it. It's very fun. If you are right, we're going to praise you. If you're wrong, we're going to make fun of you. That's how it goes here. We expect you to make fun of us. I'm pretty much the only one that's immune. You can't make fun of me because I'm the host. I'm handsome. You know how it goes. You guys know. All right. Joey, Alfredo, here's your first poll. PPR, 1 QB, tight end premium, high stakes. High stakes. Ooh, let me make sure I have the right poll here.
Saddle in.
Yeah.
I don't. Yes, I do. I do. I do have the right poll. All right. PPR, high stakes, dynasty. Which side would you rather be on? DJ Shark plus a 2022 fourth round rookie pick or Kadarius Toney? What percentage of the public chose DJ Shark plus the 2022 fourth round pick in this poll?
Okay. Alfredo, are you with me on it's going to be heavy on the Toney side?
Yeah, I think it will be leaning towards the Toney side.
Okay. How much is now the question?
I think there's still plenty of DJ Chark believers out there. I'm kind of leaning like 65-35 here.
So that sounds about where I was thinking. So we say 35 side A?
Yeah, 35. I'm good with that.
Cool. Yeah, I agree.
35. Final answer?
We're so smart. Yes.
3-5 and straight vibing.
What a team. We better work together well here.
Yeah.
That was
Craig,
so easy.
That was
Craig and
so
Rick,
smooth. So
over
smooth.
or under 35%? Do you think the actual percentage is over or under 35%?
What was your first thought, Rick?
My first thought is that I don't really know, because I do agree that there are some shark truthers out there, but what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's just who do people prefer, Chark versus Toney. I don't think the fourth really moves the needle for people, especially in this sort of draft class. And it's difficult because we, really haven't seen Chark for a whole season. Kadarius Toney had those nice flashes, but again, same sort of thing with what's that offense going to look like that Chark has. I don't know. My gut telling me maybe over the 35, but slightly.
All right, we're going over.
That's it? Final answer? Going over?
Final answer. He had too good of a description to not go with it.
Well, that means
All
we're
right.
wrong. So that's a great start.
All right. Joey and Alfredo taking 35. I think 35% of people chose DJ Shark plus the fourth side of this poll. Rick and Craig took the over. They think the actual percentage is higher than their guess of 35%. We had some guesses here in the chat. Albert, 36%. Dame, 22%. Maria said 35. Whoa. And then she said, I'll go 40. So she went higher. She took the over. And Mr. Scamps was 6%. And come here now with a 60% A side.
All over the place.
Yeah.
All over the place. And we got some follow-up, some name inspiration here. Alfred Joey.
Nice.
Or Maria said Joe Fredo. Obviously.
Joe Fredo.
Joe Fredo. Yep, I'm in.
All right, let me go ahead and
changing my Twitter handle.
Joe Fredo. Changing my
one half of Joe Fredo.
All right. Did I? Yeah, this is round one. So there are no points yet. All right.
Oh wait, are we Joffrey Dew?
Joe Fredo. Joffrey Dew. I don't know. It could be either. All right. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose the DJ Shark side of this poll was 21%.
Okay.
21%.
Wow.
So Joe Fredo, you're 14 percentage points away. It's going to give you 1 point.
Okay.
So if you're within
something,
if you're within 15, you're going to get 1. If you're within 10, you're going to get 3. If you're within 5, you're going to get 5. And if you're exactly on, you're going to get 10 points. You can also remind the contestants, you can take the Queen Bee rule. If you don't think it's over or under and you think it's exactly spot on, you can take that wager and you will get 10 points with the contestant if they're right, but you'll get nothing otherwise. So, all right. Craig and Rick, I'm sorry, you guys did not correctly guess the over under on this one. So no points yet. So it's just 1-0. Nice little starter. Good job on that one, contestants.
Butts Ruth sounds like a 1920s baseball player, doesn't it?
What's Ruth?
Or Supreme Court Justice.
Or Supreme Court Justice. Hey,
Decision,
let me
like
ask
that,
you guys before
yeah.
we get on to our next poll here. How do you feel about Kadarius Toney? Where's Kadarius Toney landing in your rankings? We had a small sample of his performance this past season, his rookie season. How do you feel about him in 2022? Let's start with you, Alfredo.
I'm not too high on Kadarius Toney, but I know that I'm different than the consensus right now. Like Toney and Chark are pretty close for me. I think Toney still has a lot of developing to do. I find it really hard to see either of them being in top 24 for Dynasty. And for me, Kadarius Toney, I'm still kind of low on him. He's like a low wide receiver 3, high wide receiver 4 right now. And I know that might sound a little crazy.
You agree with him, Rick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too far off. I might have him just a little bit higher, but probably in that wide receiver 3 range. I do think that he showed some sparks of the athleticism and stuff that he's got. But going back the last 5-6 years, New York Giant wide receivers haven't been able to stay on the field. So is he ever going to be able to play enough to show that consistently? I'm not confident with it, which is weird because I don't normally like group a team together, but it's literally been their entire wide receiver core for 5-6 years.
Yeah. Maria in here figuring out the important stuff. She goes, now, Rutz or Booth? Do you guys have a preference?
I'm good with anything. I'm easy going.
Sure.
It's funny that Craig's always the one doing the puns until his name's involved, and then he's he's
out of it.
There
He's
wasn't anything as fancy and like just pleasant sounding as Joffredo.
Well, it's because my last name's Butts. It's hard to
You're limited range.
It's hard to do that. I messed it up. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we're moving on to our second poll here. Rick, Craig, you guys ready?
Yep.
Here's your poll. 12 team, Superflex, Dynasty. Which side would you rather have? Saquon Barkley or the 2022 first round 8th pick? It's a rookie draft pick, first round 8th overall pick. Which would you rather have? What percentage of the public chose Saquon Barkley in this poll? What do you think?
Craig, you think it's going to be Barkley by a decent amount?
I think it should be, even with Superflex with this quarterback class. Opinions all over the place. I can't imagine there's going to be that many quarterbacks taken before the 108.
What are you thinking? Like 60 Saquon, or do you think it's going to be higher? I think the name recognition is going to boost this, but I guess there is the pick hype. But
I guess I was slightly higher than that, but we can go 60.
No. I'm asking. What are you thinking?
I was probably closer to 2/3, so like 66, 67 was where I was at.
Okay, so let's go 64.
All right, sounds good.
64, final answer?
Yep.
All right, 64%. Joe Fredo, you think the actual percentage is over or under? Their guess is 64%.
I think it's a good line.
This is interesting because I actually sent this exact trade yesterday, and then I panicked and withdrew it like within seconds.
Which side were you on?
I was sending the 108 for Saquon. And then
this exact trade?
This exact trade. So
that's wild.
This poll could be from the person that I sent it to. And then I panicked and I was like, wait a second. Wow. I need to think about this more.
It's like Inception.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's why I laughed when I saw this. Okay. Let's think.
So here's just like working math out. You were sending the 108 to get Barkley. I agree that I would want Barkley too. So that's 66% if somebody were to say no. Because you and me, and then one other person. And they said 64?
They said 64, yep.
It's like I said, it's a good line. I think they're going to get some points for... What are you thinking? Over or under?
Man, there's a lot of Barkley hate, but I also think...
There is.
I think there's a lot of hate for the players in this rookie class too. I like your logic on this, Joey. And I'm gonna stick with you. You want to go over?
You put a lot of faith in me. And
maybe I shouldn't do that. Never mind. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in.
Yeah.
I did not like the lack of confidence.
I made a mistake here.
I am coming off a pole perception win though, so you know.
Keep that in mind.
I say let's go under. Let's go under because you pulled it back because you start second guessing yourself. which makes me think it might be a little more even.
Like when it comes to picks, I try to attach a name to it. And so
Exactly.
it's super flex. Like I'm assuming, okay, there's going to be probably 2 quarterbacks that get taken before then, maybe just one, but like you're probably getting like a Olave or a Spiller or someone falling to that pick. And then I try to like that name versus Saquon. I'm like, well, I kind of rather have Saquon.
Let's go under.
I'm going with you. I trust you.
Okay.
And if we're wrong, I blame you. So that's it.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
Lock it in the under.
King cop out.
King cop out. That's what they call you.
It's a good number. It's a good number.
All right. We got
God.
Rick and Craig, team Butts Ruth. And they are choosing, they chose 64% of people chose Saquon Barkley in this poll. Team Jofredo chose the under. Tim said, Queen Bee it. Tim, the ultimate Queen Bee advocate.
Yeah.
Mr. Scamper said 29%.
There you go.
And Jake says, I want to know how many of those books sitting behind him Joey has read. Are there any books, Joey?
There is not a single book back there. These
Joey
are all
can't read.
I cannot. It's sad. These are all films. I have over 1,500 films in my collection. This is
Have you watched all them all?
I have watched. I actually know the number. It's 1,018 of them. So there's like 500 films. No, I keep track.
You tell me you haven't miscounted. You don't have a duplicate in that spreadsheet.
Oh my God. According to the spreadsheet that I keep on my computer, it's like 1,018. That's how many I've seen.
Okay.
Sorry.
Daddy FanDuel in here. Say King.
You should have saved that for a poll perception tie sometime, JL, for Joey.
I should have. Jake asking, have you read the back of the cases, though?
Actually, the films over here do have books in them.
Prove it.
What?
Okay.
You have a book with it. This is why I keep like 4 books on my shelf so that no one can like that. That's all I've read.
Yeah.
And I think like Harry Potter somewhere.
Harry
Nashville.
Potter Nashville. Okay.
Yeah. And see, there's a book. There's a book. Maybe you would call it a booklet. It's over 20 pages though.
I've never heard of Nashville the movie.
It's a good movie.
Maria said he has to voice to text all his trade offers. Yeah, I can't imagine that goes well. Just imagining Sleeper trying to figure that one out. All right, guys. Fair. All right. So we had a guess, 64%. We had an under. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Saquon Barkley in this poll was 78%. 78%. You're going to be 14 percentage points away, Rick and Craig, which is going to give you 1 point. But Team Joe Fredo did not correctly pick the over-under, so it's going to be tied up here at 1.
I am surprised guys. It was that high.
Told you. I blame you, Joey.
He did. He said it.
I know. I blame myself. I do. I mean,
as long as we're on the same page, that's teamwork now.
If I'd learned to read, I would have gotten this right. So
Saquon Barkley is a pretty interesting topic of conversation. I find this, it comes up a lot on our show. I feel like I'm typically the highest amongst, between Simon, Josh, and I. I've been the highest on Saquon Barkley. What do you guys think about Saquon going into next season? Can he bounce back? Is he going to find some of this value that he's lost? I mean, you think he's going probably in like the 4th, 5th round of Superflex startup drafts? What do you think, Joey?
I have him as an RB2. I don't believe he's in that RB1 territory anymore, or even, I don't want to say close to it, but I would have to look at my ranks. I think he's like RB18 right now. So I might be a little bit lower on him than everyone else, but because it is dynasty, I'm starting to lean towards that 108. When Alfredo threw Spiller's name on it, I was like, I'd probably rather have Spiller going forward.
Yeah.
So
what do you think, Craig?
I don't think he's that far removed from, coming out and showing what he can do. And I know people have those concerns over injuries and just the Giants in general, but it seems like this new regime is committed to building that line to not only give their quarterback time, but also have better blocking for Saquon. And he's got all the talent in the world. And I think if they do commit to that, he's going to get the usage. And I still think he can be a running back 1 and probably for a couple of years here still.
You agree, Alfredo?
Yeah, I kind of have him on that fringe, like RB 11, 12, 13 right in there. I think that for us, a lot of what we're concerned about is his health and if he's going to get hurt. And luckily my co-host is a doctor, so I get to ask him all these little questions. Yeah. And, like a lot of his things, it's important to notice when something isn't re-injury of the same ligament or the same part of the body. And so
Right.
that's something that he's preached nonstop. And for Saquon, it wasn't that. If anything, I'd be more concerned about the Giants having a bad offensive line or a bad
Yes.
offense or all these receivers. That's something totally different. That's my main concern. Because I mean, it's just so hard to be like, well, I'm going to rank that guy low because he's getting hurt.
Yeah.
We don't know. I'd rather just look at what I do know and what's tangible.
Damn. Yeah. No, I'm with you, Alfredo. I feel that way. I feel like I've been preaching that on our show. So I'm gonna just call you in whenever I need some backup here. Jake said Joey Bougie. That's what we call him. And Tim said that's a pamphlet at most, Joey. Come on. And Maria said, yay, Saquon, he's the real winner. And Bryce, I see got very close. I'm trying to find his guess. Bryce, over 78%. Perfect. Yeah, no, nailed it. 78% exactly. Well done. All right, guys. You guys ready to get into your next poll?
Yeah.
Redemption. All right, we're back to you, Team Joe Fredo. Here is your poll. Dynasty. 12-team Superflex. Which side would you rather roster? Justin Jefferson or Christian McCaffrey plus Javonte Williams plus Matthew Stafford? What percentage of the public chose Justin Jefferson in this poll?
So this is a polarizing poll. I did not see the results of it. It's our turn to pick the percentage, correct?
Yep.
And I should have looked at the results because then I would have cheated and we could have won this. But
This seems very trappy.
it does. I saw a lot of arguing over it, and it seemed very heavy in the Jefferson side.
Wow.
Yeah, which
Wow.
I don't necessarily agree with, but it's Jefferson, and
I mean, it's potentially 2 top 5 backs, a quarterback in a 12-team Superflex league, nonetheless. Yeah. He's got a 3-year contract, good offense. Logic would tell me it's that side.
I agree.
I don't know what the public picked.
That's what I was I just didn't agree with them. I'm
like, and you feel like it was heavy towards the Jefferson side, really?
The people, like, I read it, I was like, oh, Javonte. It was the first time I saw it was Javonte and Stafford for Jefferson, and I was like, in a super flex, oh, Javonte and Stafford, okay, that's pretty fair. The McCaffrey getting added in tips it for me even more. And you're leaning towards the McCaffrey, Williams, Stafford side.
Yeah. So
me too. Okay.
Yeah. So so then we have to guess the percentage for Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
I would have guessed lower, but you're telling me it's probably higher. And
I got the last one wrong.
Our new enemy, the people.
It's the people. It's not me.
Our new enemy, the people.
Thanks a lot, America.
This is how Batman villains are created, right?
It really is. This is okay. Oh my gosh, I'm having a really hard time here. I wanted to say something in the 30s, but now you've got me thinking it's probably something closer.
No, let's say 37. Because Trowbridge is watching and he'll laugh that I just said that. So, but I'll do something that's a good number for Jefferson. 37. Were you thinking higher or lower than that?
Well, you got me all worried, man. Now I'm thinking like
I'm worried.
Like 38% or 37 is fine.
One number above. Now you got me thinking way higher. Like 38.
Do you want to go 38? I'm fine with 38.
No, let's go 37. It's like SAT rules, right? Like you stick with your first guess because you're more likely to be right. Let's go 37%. Plus my 38 isn't a big needle mover. It's the 4th round pick of guesses.
Final answer, 37%?
37%.
All right, locked in. Rick, Craig, is the actual percentage over or under 37%?
I would have been under.
Watch, it'll be 38.
We'll still get good points for that.
I feel like it's under. I don't have any good reasoning. It's just I feel like I would snap that trade if it was offered to me. So
it should be under, and I'm hopeful that it's under, so we can go with under. But I remember seeing this. I didn't see the results, but I saw people in like group chat and stuff talking about it. And
yeah, I never saw the results. I just saw people like
the people.
There was a lot of argument just in the chat. Like, this is too much reading for me. I'm not going through all this, but more argument than there should have been. So yeah, I'm fine with under.
Picked a more obscure poll, I see. So you're taking the under.
I feel like we're wrong. Yeah, we are. I feel like we're wrong, but we're going to go with it.
Yep.
All right, taking the under. We got some good guesses here in the chat. We got coming here now. It's at 26%. And Bryce saying 22%. Dane with 33%. Albert 37%. Maria 44. Mr. Scamps 19. Kelly 41. 2-3, our good friend 89%. Tabitha with 39%.
Hi, Mom.
That's Joey's mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
All right. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Justin Jefferson in this poll was 13%.
Oh my God.
13%. I'm sorry. Team Joe Fredo, you guys were 24 percentage points away, which means you're going to get nada.
Joey,
Nada.
you're done. You're done.
Yeah, Joe, you are absolutely done.
Take a lap.
He said, I think Justin Jefferson won this poll.
This is Michael Keaton getting.
It's all in your head now.
I've been shook since that moment today when I benched Michael Keaton. All right, that's fine. Let's go.
Pull out a Keaton DVD, put it on in the background just to calm your nerves. And
I'm fine. Let's do this. Sorry, FanDuel. I'm letting you down too. Sorry.
I think Mr. Scampers was the closest cat. I mean, definitely the closest cat.
Closest cat.
By default, I feel like every time. But 19%, pretty good guess. Still, I don't think anyone went under on this one. 13%.
We can still come back.
Man. And I was going to make a joke too that it's probably like 15% because I would totally smash the other side of that trade. And
So you're easily taking the CMC, Javonte, Matthew Stafford side of this poll, Alfredo?
yes, after just joining with an orphan team in a 12-team superflex and not having a quarterback, it's basically impossible to get a quarterback in those leagues. So I'm just like, yeah, anywhere you can get three good, especially all the other guys too. I mean, it's just
What if you
ridiculous.
took out Matthew Stafford, just CMC and Javonte Williams for Justin Jefferson? Would you make that trade?
Yeah, I still feel like you almost kind of
It's
have
a little
to.
trickier.
Like it's not, if it was like CMC for Jefferson, obviously you're going Jefferson, Javonte or Jefferson, it's Jefferson. Then you put them both together, and that's a team makeover. You go from being run of the mill to whatever potential champion contender. So yeah,
Rick, would you take Justin Jefferson for CMC and Matthew Stafford?
CMC and Matthew Stafford in the
Yeah,
Superflex.
I'm just trying to see what
taking-
combo is going to be the closest here.
Probably the only combo I don't take is Javonte and Stafford. But it would be pretty close. If I'm taking Christian McCaffrey, though, I'm on the side of then flipping him. I wrote an article a couple years ago, right after he had 400 touches, and that is like a death sentence to most running backs. And so far in the following two seasons, it has not looked good. Not that he can't come back, but I would rather get the value while I still can, rather than risk that, because history just hasn't been good to those running backs.
Yeah. I'm with you. Mr. Stampers, I read this as in like a command, like just spit on my phone, JL. Thanks, JL. I think I read that totally wrong. Oh boy. All right. Well, Rick, Craig, you guys are ahead by 2 here. And we're going on to your poll. You guys ready?
Always.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. The Bears are on the clock at number 39. Both Christian Watson and George Pickens are available. Which wide receiver would you rather take? Christian Watson or George Pickens? What percentage of the public chose Christian Watkins in this poll?
I forget. Are we allowed to ask if this is a Twitter poll?
This is a Twitter poll, yep. I'll pull Simon and Josh. You guys want to know how many votes there were? 3,589.
It's a lot of votes.
That is a lot of votes.
Well, Rick, you're a Bears fan, so you're more in tune with the fan base that might be voting on.
So I can tell you
more.
that I like Christian Watson a lot, and I'm going to be at the draft, and I wouldn't mind seeing that happen. But I also like George Pickens, but I'm worried about his health. But I feel like he's a more popular name than Christian Watson is right now. So I think Pickens might lead, but I don't know by how much. What are your thoughts?
I see a lot more Christian Watson love on Twitter than I do George Pickens, although I like Pickens as a prospect more. I think they're close.
You're on Twitter more than me, so if you're
Well,
seeing more Pickett or more Watson, then
it all depends on the company you keep on Twitter too.
Yeah.
Well, what company do you keep? Because I keep to myself.
A lot of
Keep
people on the
myself.
screen here, I think, are this sort of company. So
Well, I don't
Make the
think they're going to help
assessment
us, Craig.
I don't think so.
We're not allowed to now.
I think this is going to skew to the Christian Watson side.
By how much? How drastic you think
I
it is?
don't think a lot. I mean, I'm
So maybe like 60 in that area, 55?
55 is what I was thinking about. Yeah.
All right. 55.
55, final answer.
You sure,
Yep.
Craig?
Yeah.
Because we're blaming you if it's off.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm in a house with a wife and 5 kids. I'm used to blame here, so
Oh, true story.
Okay. Whoa.
I'm the
All
mean
right.
about the kid.
I
The
would
kid's
like
blaming me for Dad did this, and
Yeah,
running
yeah.
off and tattling.
I've been
Different
following
kind of
him.
blame there, Joey.
I've been falling in love with Christian Watson. So as a Bears fan, I would love for this to happen. I would love Christian Watson there.
Well, we'll see. All right. Joey, Alfredo. You think the actual percentage is over or under their guess of 55%?
My initial thought is lower. Because when I first read this, I was actually thinking George Pickens would be the guy. Because a lot of fantasy football fans and fans in general love George Pickens a lot more than the draft community does. And I felt like it would be higher there. But Joey, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I'm done. So I'm going to default to you so that I can blame you if this goes wrong.
That's
No,
fair.
no.
That's fair.
No, I do agree that I think Pickens is a little more popular. So, so what do you think now, to go over or under?
Well, they said 55% towards Christian Watson, correct?
Yep. Always
Yeah.
side A.
So
Okay.
go okay. So we
So
go
then
under
I would just under, yeah.
yeah,
Under.
agreed.
All right. Taking the under. Their guess of 55%. We had some guesses here in the chat. We had 27% from Come Here Now. 88% for 2-3. 41% from Dame. 47% from Albert. And Maria said 50% because I don't know either name.
Nice.
And Tim said IDK, 46%. And Mr. Scamper said 50%.
Okay.
Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Christian Watson in this poll was 37%. 37%. That is gonna give Team
was
Joe
that number
Fredo
last
2
time?
points. And
Right.
unfortunately, Rick and Craig, you guys were 18 percentage points away, which is
Yep.
gonna give you no points this round. I'm sorry,
But we got a point.
but you got 2 points.
Oh,
There we go.
The
tied up.
turntables have turned. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you correctly
We
guessed
call
the
that a
over
tie
under.
ball game.
It's going to give you 2 points. Well done. And I'm trying to see who was closest in the chat. I said 37%. We had a 46. We had a 41 for Dame. I think that's the closest.
Dame.
No, wait.
Up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's a 30 or 27.
Good job,
It's
Dave.
not as close. Not as close. We had a question from Come Here Now Beach 89 says, thoughts on the World Cup draw?
I have opinions.
I was gonna say I know nothing about this, but I will throw it to Joey, who I
Can't
feel like
help you.
probably does have opinions.
Yes. I will be getting called every single name in the book here soon when the World Cup starts because I support England and not our United States of America. I am full 3 Lions. Let's go. But Huff Up Holland, I think they will take the World Cup.
Anybody else have opinions on this sport?
It's a
USA.
sport.
USA.
That's it.
Yeah, screw you,
I'm with
Joey.
you.
No,
I'm
I
with
I did watch all of
Alfredo.
Ted Lasso
I've,
recently.
I've been told that they got a good grouping. USA did. Yes, Joey, is that correct?
Go USA.
Listen.
I mean, I know they're not good, but there was at
They're-
least hope.
No, there's hope. I do believe they're better than the 2012 U.S. World Cup team. I do believe they're better than that, but it's still United States men's soccer.
Since you Benedict Cumberbatch, Joey. You Benedict Cumberbatch.
I walked out to help my wife get the kids out of the car, and I was like, "Oh, hon," I was like, "I'm gonna get so much hate here soon." She's like,
Yeah.
"Why?" I was like,
Look,
England."
Scottfish says Joey's lucky I don't have a book of names to call him. Also, aloha. He's
Hi,
in
Scottfish.
Hawaii. He took time out of his day to make fun of you, Joey.
Nice.
Thanks, Scott Fish. But that it's Scott Fish trying to make fun of me, so there's something nice to say, right?
Because there's a big difference, Michael. And
Yeah.
coming in asked, did you say Netherlands will win, Joey?
Yes, I did.
There you
That's
go.
what I think will happen. So
There you
that's
have
my
it.
call. That's my first look at. I briefly looked at the groups though, but that's what I think will happen.
Evening to you, Scott. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, guys. Tied up game. It's a low scoring, but tied up game. You guys ready to get into our third round of polls, our last round before the last round, our penultimate round of polls? You guys ready for that?
Yeah, now that you confused me, I'm good to go.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, Joey, Alfredo, you guys are first. Here is your last poll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Assume you have Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker as the top 2 running backs. Who's running back 3? Isaiah Spiller, Rashad White, Zamir White, or other? What percentage of the public chose Isaiah Spiller in this poll?
This is tricky because they're giving us 4 options.
I think it's gonna be high.
I do too, but it's
I think it's gonna
If
be
it was-
really high.
okay.
Scott Fish said he just spent his son's college fund on the Netherlands. Thanks for the tip, Joey. Hopefully,
Watch him get-
FanDuel Sportsbook.
I need to look at the stats, but I believe the Netherlands have made the final 4 clubs or countries in like the last 3 of the last 4 World Cups. So I need to. I looked at the group fate like literally before I came on. So
Mr. Scammer said, "Go at USA or Iceland," and I like that strategy for anything now.
yeah,
Just root for 2 things. Like go ahead, go Ravens or Chargers. You know, whichever
Mr.
you
Scampers is a big Mighty Ducks 2 fan.
I
He
was just
rooted
gonna
for
say
the
that.
entire movie. He's like, I just love this movie. Go USA or Iceland.
or
Everyone
Iceland.
have fun.
Everyone have fun with it. All right, Joey, Alfredo, you guys are choosing. What percentage of the people chose Isaiah Spiller?
Joey, you made a good point though. That there's 4 options.
There's 4 options.
So you're always gonna get those people that are just like, I'm picking other because I love Kyron Williams or something like that.
So maybe throw like 5% to
fools.
other.
Yeah, got like 5% there. You've got reception. People love Rashad White. I don't. So I'd put like maybe another 8 or 9% there.
So we're up to 14. So that's 86.
I think Zamir White probably got a decent amount, probably close to like 18, 19.
So you want to go like low 70s, like 72? Or a little bit lower.
I'm gonna pull an Alfredo special. Let's go 71.
Love it. 71. Put it up, Jail. Oh, Jail's
71.
Get him some
Sorry
money.
about that.
Okay, Jail?
Yes, yeah. Something caught in my throat there. 71%. Final answer?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, 71%.
I like it.
Rick, Craig, the actual percentage over or under 71%.
I can't imagine taking any of these guys over Isaiah Spiller. And if people are, I don't know.
The people.
The people.
Yeah.
My first instinct is to go over. I just think there's a sizable gap after those top 3 to the next group. Myself, that doesn't mean I'm right.
My thought was over, so let's go over.
Over.
Taking the over. Final answer?
Yep.
Final.
All right, we had some guesses here in the chat. Bryce in here saying 89%, even higher.
Oh my.
And one and done said, my eternal dialogue is in that voice every time I vote other. I don't even know who gets other. And come here now said the Netherlands has been to the World Cup final 3 times. I've read this so weird. The Netherlands have been to the World Cup final 3 times and lost every time. They are the Minnesota Vikings of international soccer.
Well, this year they'll
Oh.
get there again. They'll lose a 4th time, and they'll be the Buffalo Bills of international soccer.
There you go. Albert 61%, Scamps 59%, and Daddy FanDuel in here with 65%.
Man.
It's rare. It's rare Daddy FanDuel gets in on the action, but he's here. All right. The actual percentage of people who chose Isaiah Spiller in this poll was 52%.
Wow.
What?
52%. When you
These-
have the 4
The
options,
people.
It's
Do I need
so
to
tricky.
reevaluate or do the people need to reevaluate?
It's because there's 4 options. That's why.
I don't care. if there was 6.
3,191 votes on this poll, and it's because it's spread out. Joey's absolutely correct. 52% for Isaiah Spiller, 28% for Rashad White, 12% for Zamir White, and 8% for other. Alfredo, you look broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't. Maybe
What
I
are we
need to
doing?
reevaluate.
What is going on?
But our thinking was right that you went 71 lower than my 72 because you're like, Joey, that number's too high. See, you're thinking right. I'm the irrational one here tonight.
Stop listening to Joey.
Don't listen to me.
I'm trying to see who was closest here in the chat.
Everybody was really high.
Daddy FanDuel was a little
Yeah,
lower.
I think you might be right. There was a Dame at 64.
Dame 64.
Yeah. And maybe there was a 19 maybe, but that's pretty far off the other direction.
Wow.
Honestly, should I be taking another look at Rachaad White or what? Because I didn't.
Well, let me ask you guys this.
No.
How are you guys
No, you're
ranking? How are you guys ranking these running backs here going into rookie drafts this upcoming offseason? Alfredo, why don't we start with you?
Well, Isaiah Spiller is clearly my top guy. And I feel like he was a lot of people's like 1 and 2, and then all of a sudden he just didn't run at the combine, and we're like, he's just so bad at football now, and people just like lost their mind. So yeah, like, Isaiah Spiller is number 1 out of this group. To me, it's actually Zamir White who's second, then other, and then Rachaad White.
Who's other?
Like 7 people. I'm just not a big Rachaad White guy. I know like the numbers and analytics crew really love him and the fact that he had receiving work, and he's not bad. He's just not good. Like he's good. He's good for college football. To me, he's got a lot of vision problems, and I don't like the way he kind of follows his line. He doesn't create great leverage against the defense. It's for me from a scouting and NFL standpoint, he's like way towards the back.
Yeah. What do you think,
Alfredo?
Go ahead, Joey.
Alfredo, you said Isaiah Spiller was of the group, your number 1. Are you including Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker, or is Spiller behind those two?
No. Yeah, Isaiah Spiller would be my number 3 right now.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, I agree with you.
Rick, what's your ordering of these rookies here?
Yeah, I think I have Breece Hall first, and then I keep switching between Walker and Spiller. I have them really close, and then like I said, I have a sizable gap. Like if I was tearing them out, between all the other running backs, which I have probably 8 of them, like real close, and on any given day could change which one I have number 1. But I'm shocked that in that poll there was 33% of the people that voted for Spiller or White were on the White side. Like that just blows my mind. I would have really thought that it would have been a bigger difference.
Yeah. Oh man, and we had Craig's daughter in here. Hi, Dad.
That's my wife's account.
Or your wife's account.
The kids are on it.
Saying hi, Dad.
I was like, you have a daughter that I didn't know you had a daughter that old.
I don't. Oldest daughter is turning 7 in a
That's what I thought. I was like, your daughter aged a lot since we started working together, Craig.
All right. This is a close game. Close game. No one's getting points on that one. No one's getting points.
This is like soccer.
This is like soccer. This is probably one of our lowest scoring. I think we had a game that it ended in 2 points one time.
Do you mean because the USA is going to lose on the show today? Is that what
exactly? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. All right, Craig, Rick, you guys ready for your last poll before the last poll?
You keep saying yes, and it doesn't feel like we are, but go for it.
All right, here it is. Drafting #0RB through round. Oh, sorry. This is worded super weird.
I got it, Jay. What constitutes drafting 0 RB? What round do you go through?
Yeah. I think I left out a few keywords here while typing it out. But drafting 0 RB means through round what? What's like the minimum round that constitutes or defines zero RB draft strategy? 7 or later, through the 6th round, to the 5th round, or the 4th round. What percentage of the public said to draft 0 RB means you can't have any running backs by the 7th or later? What do you guys think?
This is a very tough one because I don't know that the general public really understands the concept as well as you would think.
It means you never draft a running back.
Yeah, never. Round 30. I would hope that 7 was very low in this, but hell, we were way off in the last one.
What do you guys think?
I would
almost answered it.
I would hope it was under 20% for 7. I would hope that no more than 1 out of every 5 person thinks you have to wait till 7 or later. What are you thinking, Craig?
I'm torn because to Alfredo's point before, if you're saying you're going 0 RB, just shove it off way until the end to stack up on other positions, I think is, if we're using the term how we should use it, but I know that's not how people use it. So I have no clue on this one. If you think 20% sounds right, go for it. It doesn't seem to be.
I mean, I have
people
no idea
love
what people out there are doing.
And
Let's
I
go
try to
20%.
think back on these like drafts the mock drafts that FYF has all the time on Mondays. And when people talk about it, there are quite a few people that'll just draft, quarterbacks, wide receivers for the first 5 rounds. Even it isn't that uncommon.
Okay.
So I feel like it's probably B and A combined would be a majority, but maybe not. Like I said, I don't really know on this one, so it's probably pointless for me to keep talking it through. 20s, well, 19.
Wait, I thought you were going against me, and then you went lower than me. I don't know what to do. 20%, JL.
20 or 19?
19 and a half.
You seem to have more of a real thought-out opinion on this than me just talking nonsense.
Well, yeah, but
so
that's
why
my
I went
opinion
with
and
you.
my understanding of the thing, not the public's. But it is different in super flex or 1 QB too. But let's pick a number because the game's got to end at some time.
So 20.
Go for it. Yeah, 20.
We're going
Final
for 20.
answer.
All right, 20. Joey, Alfredo, actual percentage over or under their guess of 20%.
So I don't think D is going to get many votes at all in this.
No.
If people somewhat understand 0 RB at all. I think B and C will dominate. They'll have the highest numbers of these.
Yeah, I think B makes the most sense to have.
Yes.
Really high. But the thing is like we're not saying like which one would be best. We're trying to figure out which one the public thinks it means. Not even if the public thinks that's best. It's just what they think it means.
So the public, when they're playing in leagues, are they playing with 3 wide receivers or 2? Most in the majority. That's what I'm trying to think.
I'm not going to help you.
Yeah, you shouldn't help us. No, Rick, tell us.
No, keep going.
Because
I mean, I was like trying to map it out, right? And it's like even if they go like 3 wide receivers, a quarterback, a tight end, like that's 5.
Yeah, a flex is what makes.
Yeah, let's say like a flex. Okay, so I bet so that would make 7 pretty. This is annoying. What did they say? 20?
20%. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's a low number too, though. That's the thing. Is we have. I feel like we have more room on that other side. I don't know. Don't listen to me.
Statistically, you do.
Math, right?
Yeah. It hits you sometimes, Joe.
Way to narrow that down, Joey.
I think the number's good. Do you want to queen bee it? No. Are you taking over?
Well, can I get an explanation as to what queen bee means again?
Yes, that instead of choosing over or under, you can choose basically exactly on. You think it's going to be, you think that they guess the exact number, because if they get the exact number, like they guess 20%. If the answer to this poll is 20%, they're going to get 10 points. If you queen bee it, you're saying I think they're right, and you're going to get 10 points also if they are right. If they're wrong, obviously neither get points.
Has the queen bee ever been pulled off?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
All right,
that's happening
so
tonight.
the odds are not on our side. Got it.
We will
Yeah,
not be.
that's not happening tonight. So are you taking over or under?
It almost was by Josh, but he chickened out.
Yeah, never chicken out.
Okay. Well, let's use the Isaiah Spiller logic, right? There's 4 options here.
Mm-hmm.
If we think B was most likely, that's probably. Oh man.
Give it 50%. Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say let's give it 50%. I think C probably got. I think that C and A were probably somewhere in the low 20s, and D is I don't know, something like 6%.
Yeah, D, I don't think got anything. I mean, it got something because someone's always going to vote for D. Just, I don't know.
Oh,
you guys gonna go with?
man.
I am glad it took us less time to pick one of 100 numbers, and
So that would be, say, 5.
Carry the one.
Carry the one.
Do you think B and C combined could get 75% of this vote?
Woof.
Because if so,
Are
we
you
would go
using your
under the
Common Core
numbers.
math, Joey, or are you going back old school?
I'm in core math.
I was really bad at math. This is not good.
I also don't know how to do math.
Can't do math.
You just go through
I
life with
can't read, I
pictures.
can't
Yeah, he just
Listen,
pretends. He's like,
I know how to say hi to people, and I've got
That's
a
why-
stupid laugh, and it's gotten
that's
me
why
this
I have all
far.
these movies.
Oh man. All right. So your thought process was, does B and C equal at least 75%?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So we would go
I think
over.
I want to go over.
Okay, let's go over.
I think it's going to be something silly like 23%.
You have
Yeah.
a lot of room on that side.
That is a very good guess, though.
The majority of
Yeah.
them, one might say.
Yes.
The math checks out.
Boy, it's like the Comedy Central roast of Joey Wright on April Fool's Day. I hope everyone tuned in. This is great.
Michael Keaton planned it. He'll be on. at
Oh
the
my
end.
God, I'm never gonna forget that. It's still bugging me. All right,
I can't
I
tell.
think
if
you're on
JL's
mute,
talking
I
to
think
us
JL
or-
might be
Dale's
on mute.
damn it! I just delivered a great burn of
No.
Joey, and no one will
Do it
ever hear
again,
now.
again.
No,
do it again.
I
Let's all
can't.
act surprised.
It's
Ready?
gone. It's gone.
Okay.
It's
We'll
gone.
laugh, we promise.
All right. So you guys took the over, right?
Just a small over.
It's just a small over on their guess of 20%. We had some good guesses here in the chat. Tim said 11%. Scamper said 3%. Dame said 8%.
Nah.
8%. Albert said 18%. Scott said 25%. Ray
Thanks,
said
Scott.
40% because I think the public thinks 0 is 0.
Yeah.
Math.
Math. Bryce said 32%. Scamper said Queen Bee at Joey.
All right.
All right. Well,
Please
the
be
actual
20
percentage,
just because of that.
the actual percentage of people who chose round 7 or later as the definition of drafting 0 RB means no running backs through round 7 or later is 15%. 15%,
Wow.
which is going to give you guys 5 percentage points. It's going to give you 5. I'm sorry. It's going to give you 5 points because you were within 5 percentage points. Exactly. And you were able to fool your opponents here. They're going to get 0 points because they did not correctly guess the over under. Well done, guys.
Can you give us the breakdown? I'm just curious.
I can.
Me too.
Give me
After all
one.
that, it took us literally a half hour to get that question over with.
And then you guys whipped. The breakdown for this one was 0. Let's see, 30,
What?
33% of people chose round 4. 28% of people chose round 5. 24% chose round 6. And
Wow.
15% round 7 or later.
So D had 38%.
D had 33%. Yeah,
I'm so mad at America right now.
America.
Are
This is
you rooting for
ridiculous.
England too?
Hey, so
Yeah,
England's in the
yeah.
World Cup. That's
3
the way to go.
lines. Let's go.
Yeah. Let me get my top out. Let's go.
But JL, I do think that speaks to something just in fantasy football when we have people just throwing out these terms all the time.
Yeah,
and
it's
so few
RB.
of them are so clearly defined for each other. That's just where half these fights come from, I think.
And the fact that like this one specifically is a misnomer, right? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't mean 0 RB. It means, that there's context around it. Makes it even trickier. That's a really good point, Craig.
What if they think 0 RB is drafting no players with RB, like no Rashad Bateman at all on my team? Do they?
Now, can they have one or the other, or they can't have both R and B?
Yeah. Oh, see, now we're opening the field
Wait,
even
you're
more.
telling me I'm
Even, and then we're
undraftable?
getting into music.
Yeah, Rick,
Are
you can't be
telling me I'm
drafted.
undraftable?
No R.
No.
Anyone that listens to R&B is not allowed to be
Yeah,
drafted.
great. Rick Butts, RB.
Oh no.
All right, guys, we're going into our final round here. As a reminder, this one's going to work a little differently. I'm going to have both sides are going to write down their guess. And so I'm probably just going to pick one of you since you can't really talk. Oh, I guess you can talk if you want to. I'm just still going to nominate one of you. Whether you choose to talk or not is up to you. To give me an answer, and you're going to write it down, and then you're going to reveal at the same time. Closest team is going to get 5 points. If you get it exactly right, you're going to get 10 points. If both teams put the same answer, they're going to share the reward or lack thereof. You guys ready
Yes.
for your poll? Alfredo, Rick, you guys are the nominated captains here, so write down your answers or choose to communicate.
Don't.
I'm glad
Whatever
you chose Alfredo because I can't write either.
Yeah, I know. I
I
know.
can't add. I can't write.
Yeah,
So,
it makes
JL
working with you very difficult. I know.
JL, did you pick Rick because he blamed you last time for the loss when you guys teamed up?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, I thought so.
Oh no!
because
he
because
did.
the,
JL blew it.
Alfredo, listen to me, Alfredo. These people, if the poll was who would you rather hook up with, and it was like Thanos, Venom,
Pennywise.
Pennywise the clown, Freddy Krueger or some shit like that. What percentage do you think chose Thanos as like the character they would rather hook up with?
No, silly. When we say hook up,
Yeah,
you
we're
mean-
talking.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Getting bonked by
I
Joy
don't know,
at
man.
the end.
He's got yams, so I feel like that's got to be at least over 50%.
Dang,
feel like
that's what
there's-
I'm saying. Would you say 88% is a fair guess when your
No.
options are Venom?
No.
He said, what for
88
Venom or
88 is-
Pennywise? You rather hook? Never mind. I'm not even getting into this again.
Pennywise has the makeup. I don't know. Like there's a whole bunch.
Oh,
of
you're
80
a real freak, Alfredo.
Yeah,
You're a real freak.
88% just seems a little high for anything that we've guessed on. Like, no, come on.
All
Like
right.
Freddy Krueger can like shapeshift.
I digress. I'm pulling a Josh
I
here.
don't
All right,
want those
guys.
hands anywhere near me.
Here's your final poll.
Oh, shit.
Keep it to yourself until you're ready to reveal. Here is your final poll. Would you rather get your salary for the year or have your salary for the year be paid on January 1st in full or bi-weekly? So full up front, January 1st, you get your entire salary for the year, or you get every 2 weeks. What percentage of the public chose that they'd rather have their salary up front for the entire year in this poll?
Craig, which would you rather have?
Knowing myself bi-weekly.
Knowing myself, I spend too freely.
Although JL Scampers has a great suggestion going forward for one of these.
Oh, that is a good idea. Average the teammates' guesses. No communication. That's smart. That's very smart.
We could do it. We can
Smart
still
cat.
do
Do we
it.
want to do it?
Sure. If you guys want to do it, we could do that
Okay.
way.
All right. That makes me feel better.
Gonna make
because
me
I
do
have no
math.
idea what
That's cool.
Do it on my phone.
All right, contestants, you got your answers? Tim says, well, 0 RB means wait for James Conner. It's basically what it was this past offseason, it felt like.
All right.
Connor and Fournette.
Yep. All right, contestants.
Wait, what was the question again?
Did you write you write?
I mean, I know what it was, but I need.
Yeah,
to
I'm
see it.
thinking here. I don't have it written down yet.
Who would you rather your salary for the year be paid on January 1st in full or bi-weekly? Full up front or bi-weekly?
Okay. I have a
So
number.
Alfredo, how hype are you about little Tyreek Hill action there in Miami?
Oh man, my pants were off the entire day when that happened. It was just fantastic.
Is that unusual?
No, it's pretty normal. Except when I actually have to go to work, pants are required there.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, oh man, Tyreek. I mean, it kind of hurts me having Jalen Waddle on my fantasy team a little bit, but I think and I'm hoping Mike McDaniel is smart enough that he can utilize them both, and we can get a little bit higher passing volumes and better offensive line allows for more fun plays. But I'm actually excited about the Dolphins for the first time in I don't know, at least 10 years.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I think he's smart enough to utilize both of them very, very well. I really do. He's a goofy guy though, but he seems like a really good offensive mind. So I would be excited if I was a Dolphins fan. Good for you. Good for you.
All right, guys, you have your guesses.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start. Let's see. We'll start with Joey.
37.
37. Alfredo.
I'm thinking this.
19.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, okay.
And Rick.
I'm way on the other side.
Ooh.
61. And Craig?
I went even higher than Rick, so
Holy
66.
wow.
You don't even have to average them out. It's either low or high.
It's just. Is it under 50 over? Yeah, I mean, it's just. Actually, you
right?
do because
my community, from my background with poker and all my friends that are professional poker players, a lot of them would just rather have the lump sum up front and be able to do whatever. So maybe that's the influence that I've got on me.
See, my thought process was I have a business and like we've done this before. Like, do you want to get paid one time for the month, bi-weekly or weekly? And all of them were like weekly, just as often as possible. And it makes me budget better. My wife has the same thing. Her boss was originally paying her once a month. And then she was like, oh, I hate this so much. So all of my influence was people don't want to get lump sums of money because they don't know how to handle it. That's
weird because I own a business as well. And I only have 3 people that work for me, but all of them went for monthly payouts.
Weird.
Interesting.
And I gave them the option of weekly, bi-weekly.
America
again.
Damn you.
We got scams in here. 85%. Tim said 67%. Also go Fins.
Go Tim.
Yeah, Tim is big Fins guy. Dame 42%. Albert 45%. And Tim said, oops, I mean 33%. Go Fine. Fins. Okay. Scott said 33%. And Dame said, as a payroll manager, the upfront makes little sense. How do you count for PTO days? I don't know what LOAs are. Please, it is Friday. That's a really good point. Like, what if someone doesn't even work for you for the whole year?
That's way too much logic.
Yeah.
Especially for a Twitter poll.
Fire someone mid-year. All right. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose to be paid in full upfront was 57%. Wow. Rick and Craig, you guys won this one.
Oh,
you were closest, which is going to give you the extra 5 points and the dominant victory. Well done.
Congratulations, fellas.
Thank you, guys.
It was a very good game.
It was a very good game, yeah.
For you guys.
It was well played.
Alfredo, don't be so down on yourself. Take your
pants off,
I just free.
Wait, you guys are wearing pants?
Who says I'm wearing pants now?
Thank you.
Don't you make us
Joey, don't stand up.
Joey, what movie are you going to watch to make yourself feel better now? Because you've been down the whole day, it seems.
It's got to be Michael Keaton Batman. It has to.
Michael has to.
Yeah. I might watch Multiplicity, honestly. I might watch Multiplicity.
Maria, 55% guess there. 2 percentage points away. Well done, Maria. And well done, guys. Alfredo, thank you so much for joining us today. This was a ton of fun. I can't thank you enough. Make sure you're going to follow Alfredo at Alfredo Brown GM on Twitter and go check out his podcast. Pretend GM is so good. We had Dr. Vig, his co-host, on our show earlier this week. It's delightful. You can go check that out at Front Yard Fantasy on YouTube. Rick and Craig, thank you guys again for joining us for a second time this week. Do you feel a little better about it now that you got this victory?
Oh, yeah. After the overtime loss yesterday, I feel much better now. Even though it would have felt better if it was at your expense.
Yeah. It's so most people say. So most people say when they come on. But yeah, and so make sure you go follow Rick and Craig at RotoHeat Rick, at RotoHeat Craig, all those RotoHeat guys we love. And make sure you're following FanDuel on every single platform. Go follow them on Twitter. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button. If you're on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. There's so many platforms out there, but they're everywhere. They got great content creators. They're bringing the heat every day of the week, and we are here every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, playing our games. And you can also find us every weekday, 3 p.m. Eastern time on our channel, Front Yard Fantasy on YouTube. I think that's it. Everything. You guys feeling good? We good to go?
I'm 2-0 in team poll perception, JL. So
you are.
I'm 1-2. Would be 2-0 if JL didn't want to bang Thanos.
Can I say he's like a handsome Bruce Willis. That's gonna be it for us today. I hope you all enjoy your weekend, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say trading makes fantasy fun.
It certainly does.
Have a good weekend, everybody.